Oh, I hope you're getting ready because the most exciting 48 hours of crypto is coming up here and I'm going to get you ready for it. All right, we're going to start it off with the heat map and this actually leads us into that 48 hours. So there's a reason why the market is somewhat green here. There's a breathing time. We know there's a resting time, all right? Bitcoin up 2.3%, ETH up 3.5%. So you can see the big hitters out there, right? Getting a little bit of positive pressure. Why? Because of the 48 hours that are coming up that are either going to help or hurt crypto quite significantly. Here's the first thing, though, that's happening just to get you caught up. The SEC attempts to save listed companies from crypto collapse. That's right. The SEC has issued a new order to all publicly traded companies that said this: if you have exposure to FTX, you better tell us about it now. I believe that's a good thing. Why? Because we need to rip the Band-Aid off this mess, because the faster we find out who has exposure, the faster we can get through this mess, because we got more coming in. All right, so what are the 48 hours of crypto that you have to be ready for? And I'm already prepping for it now. It's going to be a long 2 days, everyone. Just in, Sam Bankman-Fried to testify before the House Committee on December 13th. That's your start. However, he said there would be limitations to what he would be able to say due to the lack of information. Do you guys remember how many years ago when they did the baseball steroid hearings in front of Congress? And I remember Mark McGuire saying, "I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm not here to talk about the past." What is Sam Bankman-Fried's statement going to be? Because he's already saying he has limitations on what he can say because of lack of information. Dude, you're the CEO of the company. So be prepared to be pissed off on December 13th when Sam Bankman-Fried steps in front of Congress. I will be covering that live. Now, wait a minute. The 13th ain't even close to being over because I'm going to be live streaming at 8:30 in the morning on the 13th. Why? CPI data, everyone. What Jerome Powell and the Fed use is their main indicator on whether or not they should keep raising rates. Right now, the expectation is at 50 basis points. But if we get a juicy CPI number, last one came in at 7.7. If we get something in like the 7.2, 7.1, you could see a 25 basis point hit, which would rally the markets. The markets would just soar if we got that. Why? Because then Jerome Powell and the Fed are going to be like, well, wait a minute, our rate hikes are actually working. The 75, 75, 75, 75, that's working. We don't have to go as hard. Remember, the expectation, though, is still 50 basis points. Any CPI data above 7.5, right? Higher than 7.5 is going to be bad. That'll send the markets red because then that means Jerome Powell and the Fed have to drop a bigger hammer to knock it down. Remember, we want to get to a target rate of 2.0 and we're right now at 7.7, which brings us up into the 14th, the back half of that 48 hours. We're going to be covering this live as well. Why? Because I love the fans. So on December 14th, Jerome Powell and the Fed are going to be using that data and they are going to be making their announcement regarding the next rate hike, as well as giving us some economic projections. Yes, everyone, these are one of the juiciest meetings because he's going to recap what happened in the year, and he's also going to talk about the Fed's tone leading into next year. So here's what's going to happen in the next few days. You're going to see a calm, right? Trading volume is going to go down. You're going to see some green action for a while. This is going to be the time to breathe, all right? But then when the 13th and 14th hits, things are going to be a madhouse in the crypto industry, as we have so many events right now that are affecting crypto, whether it's macroeconomic wise, Sam Bankman-Fried on the Hill, Jerome Powell and the Fed dropping hammers. All this stuff heavily impacts crypto. So rest up now, ladies, because volatility on December 13th to 14th is gonna get crazy. Thank you very much for watching this video. As more news breaks, because we know what's gonna happen, I'll be sure to bring that with you. Until then, check out this cool crypto video right here. We go in depth without wasting your time. You cool cats, have a great rest of your day.